Hi. Here I am. April 1st. God's Fool, April Fool's Day. The day I opened Yoga Among Friends 22 years ago. Oh, thank you, community. Thank you, all the teachers, everyone that has walked through our door and supported our community and shared our teachings and continue to go out into the world and shine those hearts. I am so forever grateful that I have a home. And when I hear in the world today, stay home, I hear, stay home here. For me, these walls are a container. They support us, and they do sustain us. But my practice of coming inward, of being present to my inner home is the key. It's the key for my mind to drop, and so I get out of my way, I get out of my face, I get out of my doubts, and I get the ability to just trust and move forward. Years ago, when I was living in Los Angeles, I was without a house. I was going through a divorce. I was putting myself through graduate school in marriage family therapy. I was contributing teaching yoga, but I didn't have the resources to rent. So I house sat. I would go from one house to the other, and I had wonderful, wonderful students that would trust me with their houses. And one night I was trying to go from one house-sitting position to another. It was pouring, pouring rain. And as I was getting into my car, my paper bag broke and all my possessions went down in the rain, down the gullies from the Hollywood Hills. As I was chasing my possessions, I was grabbing them up and I was holding them in my arms. I flew the door open, I got into my car sopping wet, and I said, Laura, Jane, there is a word for this now. You are homeless. At that moment, I realized, this foundation you need. I was struggling. I got to my new place where I was house sitting, got in the shower that night, and I was moaning and crying, and I kept saying, I want a home, I want a home, home. And it came through me, this vibrational sound, this sound of Om. And I held sacred that moment where I got, in that moment, our home is here. And I thought, Laura Jane, you can get a house, but you have to create your home, and it has to start here. And so this is a wake-up. I feel for everyone. We have to have compassion for those today that do not have structure and foundation to go inward, that they're struggling from one place to another. And this virus that's going through, and we're trying to protect ourselves with all this apparatus. But we have to sustain the inner light. We have to sustain our prana, our life intelligence, and it comes from being present to your inner home. So don't rush this time. Don't avoid, don't distract. Be willing to come in. Be willing to seek this beautiful sacred space that every one of us has the ability to go to. And so from my home to your home, from this beautiful gift of time that we get to share through video, through this online experience, I wish today the healthiest, most brilliant, bright moment of celebration, to be present to your beautiful home. Namaste.